Hi, this is Claire again with the full moon cards, and we had a little survey, I think you can say in English. I have asked some questions, which deck do you like? And the wooden tarot is the tarot that most people wanted. In English it was 50-50 with the Santa Muerte tarot, but in German most people wanted to see the wooden tarot, so we will have a look at it. And as always, it is from skullgarden.net, the artist, if you want to have a look at it. Yes, so I have already drawn the card in the German version of the video, and we will have a look at them. It's a beautiful spread this time, beautiful cards, and we will start with the plumes, which means the swords, which mean in classical tarot, which mean yes, the element of air, thinking, the mind, rational things. Things that you solve with your head. It's not so much about your heart or your gut feeling. It's really about thinking and analyzing and planning and things like that. So this card, we are here with the number 6. And if you know a little bit about the Kabbalistic roots of the tarot, then you know this is Tiferet and the tree of life, the Kabbalistic tree of life. And this is also the astrological sign of the sun, which is related to it. So the planet, or in astrological thinking, it's like a planet, the sun. Of course, it's a star. Yes, but when we see this, the sun principle is always full of warmth, full of light, full of beauty and balance. So this is one of the most beautiful principles, to have the plumes or aka swords in them, to encounter the swords. This is like the most friendly version of them, to see them. And I don't know if you have this in English. We have this expression in German, to leave feathers behind. This means that life takes something from you, takes away, and you are not as complete as before. But in this card, this is happening in a positive way. So you can leave behind like old thought patterns, or too much thinking, or maybe the tornado of social media every day, or being too much on your phone and things like that. So this is about a good way to do it. Yes, we remember the classical tarot card where people are on a boat and they are sailing towards calmer waves. And so we always have the element of balance when it comes to number 6. And you also see this with the lovers, for example. This is also about balance. And here we see it in a smaller way. But yes, you leave things behind. These are thoughts that you don't need any longer. It could also be on your to-do list, that you really check it and have a look at. Is this really important? Is this important now? Maybe I can do it later. Is this something that I have to do, or could I split this task with someone? And things like that. Really making space, letting things behind. And yes, for today's people, it's really important also to have a look at social media, at all these things. I know everybody is talking about this, and it's it's growing, growing a beard, as we would say in German. So it's an old topic, everyone knows about it, but it's still important. And I think much of stress and anxiety and all of this in people's life really comes from the overuse of these things. Yes. So this is really an important example, even if it has a long beard now, as we would say. It's still important for people's, yes, mind hygiene, you could say, for really being clear and dealing with things. And there are many tricks to do this and to achieve this. Some people, like, they put their phones that they don't have color anymore, but are black and white. Some people, for example, I am someone of them. Some people just read the news, but I don't watch videos. So this is for me very helpful, because I'm very empathic and very sensitive. So seeing pictures of, yes, everything you see in news is not very nice for me. And really, when it's about children, for example, or things like that, most parents have problems with seeing these things in the news when it's very cruel and things like that. I can process the news much better when I just read them. I have enough imagination to have a feeling how hard things are. I don't have to see them as a film. Yes, so you can think about what is your thing, what helps you. Because, of course, in the pandemic time, many people develop the habit of doom scrolling and still have it. I hear it so often from people. So, yes, have a look, to come back to this card, which feathers you can leave behind. And really, some people are like, oh, when I step back a bit of it, then I won't be taking as much on as I did before. Like, I won't be, how you say in English, I won't have it on my mind. I won't be like respectful towards it. Yes, because I don't see it. I'm searching for the English word, but you might know what I mean. So it's like, isn't it, how can I be happy when they are not happy? This is what I want to say. But you have to think really the other way around. When you are unhappy too, is this to help? Is this of help to anybody? Yes. So it's not about closing your eyes. It's about finding a good dosage of what you can handle, because the world does not need another unhappy person. Yes. And so there are many ways. This is just one example. This is just one example to, yes, leave behind what you don't need. Yes. Less is more. If you just want to remember one thing for these woman cards, less is more. And it will help you to find your passions. But we will come to this card in a moment. First, we have the Hermit. What a beautiful card. Yes, the bear who is doing winter sleep. Here we have the mountains that you know from the classical card, where the Hermit is also walking on a mountaintop. You see, like here, okay, it's a bit spooky. It has to be with these cards, but it's a beautiful card, and it shows like the power of looking within. Yes, having a look at your heart, really like stopping a bit in the outside, and yes, you can do whatever you like. Some people meditate, some people listen to music, some people read a good book and have a cup of tea, or go for a walk. It does not have to be complicated. Yes, these days many things are way too complicated. I don't know why. Most people know what helps them to relax. They don't need like a huge schedule of relaxing exercises or things like that. They are beautiful. Yes, it's not, don't get me wrong, but the most important thing is that you really do relax. And if you have like so much to do before even being able to relax, and maybe it is a little bit too much and too complicated. Yes, so this card is like, go into yourself. If this makes sense in English to say it like this, you might know what I mean. So it really means have time with yourself, have calm time. Don't be too much in the outside. Don't be too extroverted, like be a little bit more introverted. And this card also is often interpreted as loneliness, which is far from the truth. It means a rich inner life. Yes, you don't have to be lonely. You don't have to step away from everyone around you or things like that. When this card shows up, it's more about an inner space. It is about healthy boundaries also. It is about really being able to explore your inner space, but this does not mean that you exclude other people. Yes. And also, of course, a little bit this cozy, hibernating energy here. So yes, make yourself a cozy place, and yes, just beauty in having a calm time with yourself. Yes, and at first this can be a little bit scary for many people, because we are used to be, at least we have our phone, yes? So really being with yourself, or just reading a good book, or maybe you draw a little bit, or maybe you do this or that, some creative things, small things, cute things, whatever you like, yes? People are so different. So just do them. It does not have to be pathetic. It does not have to be like very spiritual. And yes, these are things that complicate it more. Maybe you like to read some poems or things like that. It could be just something very simple, very profound, very beautiful. Yes. It just have to bring you to this point. This is with all the words I have said so far. I just want to say it has to bring you inner nourishment. It has to bring you to yourself. Yes. And the way people do this, or the ways, are very different, and it's good that they are different because people are different. Yes, so don't look for others, don't look for the next hype to relax. Hype and relax, it's never a good mixture. So yes, find your calm, find yourself, take time for yourself, and maybe you snuggle yourself into a blanket and have a good book and some tea, and that's your thing, whatever you like. Yes, or yes, whatever you like. It does not have to be especially spiritual. It does not have to be especially this or that. It just has to be you. And you have to have a feeling like, oh, I'm really feeling with myself now. Like I'm really at my core, what I like. And what I like brings us to the third card, the Knight of Stones. And the stones with this deck can be a bit tricky because this is the element of fire here. The bones are the earth. So the red color indicates the fire, and the fire element is, of course, power. It is might. It is will. Yes, but will, as the old magicians, female and male, who made the cards and who were in the old magic orders like Golden Dawn and so on, who developed tarot as we know it today. When they thought about will, it was not like you clench your teeth, do you say it like this? And you are like, I want it and I have to achieve it, and you are like full of tension. Will, in the classical magical sense, is the opposite of this tension, because will is much more aligned to your destiny, to what you are made to do for. So it's the things that come to you easily because it's your way of being, because it's your nature, you could say. Yes. So it's nothing you have to push yourself for, because it's just your nature. It comes to you naturally. Yes, and also the element of fire is often like when this shows up, people often tell me like, yes, but I'm not such a drama queen, you know? Like the element of fire is often seen when you see tarot readings, like it is very fiery, passionate, extrovert, very much like boom, yeah? But the elements are not just, if you have a scale, they are not just on the extreme here and everything else is not possible. No, the element of fire is also light, it is warmth, it is cozy feelings. All of this is also the element of fire, yes? It's just, I just need to say, because especially with this element, people always think in cliches, and it's much more than just the passionate and fiery and over-the-top energy that many people think of when they think of the fire element. Yes, so when we come back to this card, the knights are always cards of movement. Yes, this is their very nature. So when this comes together, your true nature starts to move, and you start to move in the direction of your true nature. And this is, of course, wonderful with the hermit here. So meditating or praying or reading or whatever you do to find your inner strength, maybe going for a walk. Yes, it does not have to be fancy. It just have to be good. Yes, for some people, it's a good meal or things like this. Yeah, in German we say eating and drinking keeps soul and body together. This means it keeps you as a unit. It grounds you, you could say. Yes, so it can be many things. I'm just giving these practical examples so you don't think too lofty or too spiritual, because it's all one life. Yes, and when this card shows up, you really did the job of the hermit, and now you are, yes, you are close to yourself again, and the passion starts to wake up and the fire starts. Yes, the inspiration is also a very big word when it comes to the element of fire. So this means movement. It means you really do something. It's not just thinking about it. It's not just, oh, I have it on my mind, maybe later. You really want to do it, and you will do it. It's about inspiration. It could be about creativity. It could also be about being more yourself, really living yourself more your own vibe, your own interests, and things like that. And maybe you are not the creative type. So we have to be careful with the word creative when it comes to this, because many people are like, oh, I don't draw, I don't do craft or something like that. I'm not that kind of person. Creative means, when it comes to tarot reading, it means the core of this word, creare in Latin, which means to make. Yes, to make something. So maybe you do very different things, but you do something and you like it. This is, and it is your passion, it's your fire, it gives you like warmth in the heart, and fire in the eyes and things like that. We still have it in our language, yes? These words that show the elements. And so this means new movement towards yourself, towards your own nature. And maybe your nature is quite calm, yes? This still aligns with the element of fire. This is not a contradiction. There's also a calm fire, yes? Like many people who are a little bit more calm, and I am too. I can talk a lot here, yes, I can, but in my inner core, I'm a calm person. And so most calm persons have a rich inner life, and it's not calm at all. Yes, so it's not about the surface. It's not about the impressions you make on others or what others think. This is really your core, your real passions. Yes, what you like. And if you are an extrovert person and you like to go to party and you like to, yes, be with friends and have a full house with guests and whatever, yes, then this is your way to channel this. It's just important that you are true to your nature, that if you are a light-hearted person, like I am, for example, too, then that you live your lightness and the sweetness and the cuteness that is inside of you. And maybe you are more a stern person and you are very analytical and very to the point. Yes, no nonsense person. Then this is your vibe. Then go for no nonsense. Yes, life would be so boring if there was just one kind of persons. Yes, so it would be really annoying. Everyone is needed in his or her own ways. So I could talk about this forever, but we have to come to an end now. So let's put these cards together because these are really like one bow of meanings. I know it's funny English, but like one, yeah, you can have a bow. It's German English. I'm sorry. So. Leave things behind, leave thoughts behind. This is especially about the mind, about thinking about what you process with your head every day. Less is more. Do it, you will find more balance. And this balance will lead you to the hermit. Really finding, like in Buddhism you would say, finding refuge. Yes, it is, yes, maybe finding a blanket and snuggle yourself into it. Whatever way you like it, going for a walk with your dog or whatever is your way of finding calm and beauty. Maybe you look at nature documentation or you watch in English, not look. Watch a nature documentation that you like about yes, somewhere where you're interested in or something like that, yes? So do something, or you cook, or you draw, or you do crafts, or you do other things, whatever you like, but do something that brings you close to yourself. Take time for thinking, take time for meditation, for prayer, for getting things right into yourself, yes? For really listening to your own voice again. And then you will find your passions. Whatever passion type you are, yes? If you are a calm passion type, that's okay. If you are a stern passion type or a passionate passion type or whatever, an emotional passion type, whatever you prefer, it is really about your will. Will in the old meaning of ceremonial magic, which means being in alignment with what you are destined for. What is your destiny? What's your nature? Yes? And moving, bringing it into life. This is the next step. So really, you can read this like one line. Less is more, because you do less, you find yourself and you find your passions again. Yes? So this is just like one sentence. Sometimes the cards are that easy and today they are. Yes, so these are the full moon cards for this time and we will see each other next time again.